All right. Who broke this? Okay. Some people I know had just finished telling me a story about how their 20-something daughter had taken them to a young church in the downtown area, and when they got there, they saw a whole crowd of people. This is a Sunday morning, a whole crowd of people on the sidewalk waiting to be let into the building. And then a bright red Ferrari came driving up to the front door, and the door opened, and the young pastor stepped out, and all the people gasped. And they said, "There he is, there he is." And the contrast here is very clear. I said to them, my pastor drives a pickup truck, and on Sunday morning he parks as far away from the front door as he possibly can to allow his congregation to get close. My pastor, Bill, my friend and my boss, is a different kind of leader. He is humble like few others. He lives modestly and shows himself faithful to all. I've been on several mission trips with Bill, braved the narrow mountain roads of Mexico with him. I remember one trip to Baja when the whole team worked hard all day roofing a building at the orphanage down in Baja. And then that evening he preached and prophesied and prayed for people. Bill, you're amazing. Truly amazing. The hardest working saint in the kingdom. I've known him as a guy who smiles and laughs easily. He's also the leader you can count on in a difficult time, like others have said. Whenever someone is in crisis or sick or needs a comforting presence, he's there. When the 94 earthquake hit, as soon as the sun came up, he was the first person at our door to check on us. And I know we were not the only ones he visited that morning. Bill works hard and he plays hard. I have so many great memories of New Year's Eve parties here at the church, being goofy and dancing and dressing up in costumes and all of that. And then there were trips to France that were full of activity. There's powerful ministry and prayer as well as joyful worship and laughter. One gathering I remember in a farmhouse outside of Paris, we had a meal with John and Michelle Klein and the American team that was with us, and many French Christians, pastors and lay people, probably 40 people in all. Then we had a time of worship that was like no other. The Spirit fell on us, and we were weeping and laughing as we were singing to Jesus. Bill, it is clear that God has much for you to do. It's not over. I know of at least 4 near-death experiences that Bill has had. There was a motorcycle accident he told me about in his youth, a near drowning in Guatemala, a traffic accident when a small pickup truck came sailing through the air and hit and landed on top of his truck that he was driving. Dan's truck, by the way. And then, of course, there was the legendary heart attack where he had to be revived multiple times. But he's still here. Bill, you're a cat with 9 lives is what you are. So I figure you got 5 more. So go for it. All right. What I've learned from Bill is that character matters, especially in a leader, and especially in an era where leaders are mistrusted. And Bill has great character. He's encouraging, faithful, wise, and trustworthy. These are the words I use to describe him. When I was first hired on staff as worship pastor administrator, you trusted me so much. It really blessed me. And you did not micromanage me. You gave me the guide rails and let me go. And I really appreciate that. It really blessed me, like I said. Susie and I, going back, Susie and I joined the Valley Vineyard early on. It was 1983, I believe. Right? 1982 now. Okay. We had a big argument about 82, 83. No, just kidding. I had heard that the Valley Vineyard had just finished production of their first album, a vinyl release called Flame of Love. I think some of you have it now. Sadly, only a handful of copies were sold, and after a few years, the album faded into obscurity and into the realms of myths and legends. But tonight, I want to present something to you, Bill. All right. Where am I? Today I want to present to you, since you were the executive producer, a gold record, a Flame of Love. That's right, a gold record. All right. So I'm almost done. Now, I wanted to say that a gold record normally signifies 500,000 units sold. This one was maybe 5, right? I'm thinking, right? But I did this because this executive producer is gold. He is precious and without guile. He is steadfast and faithful to all the Lord has called him to. You deserve the gold record because after 40 years, you have withstood the tests and trials and led this church through some tough times as well as some glorious times. You are the older brother I've always wanted. Thank you, Bill. I love you.